What's going on, everybody? JD Temple here, bright freaking early at 6:58 on the AMs, Monday morning. And it's not such a bad Monday morning, actually. The sun is shining brightly. It's really, really freaking beautiful. It sucks because of COVID, they don't have any freaking breakfast downstairs. So that was kind of disappointing. I got up and did a meditation, took a bath, meditated in the bath, made some coffee. And then I went down to try to get some food, and they're like, no, there's no food. And I'm like, damn. I'm going to go to the gym after this and get a workout in. So just trying to be like productive and get things going. What's up, Jennifer? And I want to talk about something today, like, this is like something that I think, like, in the magical community, especially when you're talking about black magic, that people tend to avoid or not want to talk about, or they just don't want to believe it because of the things that they do and not really wanting to believe that they're going to be held accountable for it or that it's going to affect them in any kind of way. What's up, Tila Vila? And that is the aspect of karmic debt. Now, like, what is karmic debt and where does it come from? When you are living life in congruence with your own conscience, when you're doing things that you don't feel bad about, that you don't regret, when you're doing things that put you in that flow state where you are vibing high, everything's working out for you, you're feeling great, you're like running and owning your own universe, you're in that flow state. As soon as you do something that causes you to be regretful, you're going to be kicked out of flow state and you're going to acquire some karmic debt. And it's going to take you that much longer to get back into flow state. So what does that mean, like, in regards to your magic? What does that mean in regards to, like, baneful magic? Well, if you can do it and it really is not going to have any kind of bearing on your conscience at all, if you're not going to feel just the slightest bit regretful for your actions, then you're not going to require some karmic debt possibly. But you have to really feel it and mean it in your heart and in your soul, that it doesn't bother you and you're not regretful. If you are actually lying to yourself and you are regretful of it, and most likely you are going to be some kind of way, it's going to affect you. And I know this from personal freaking experience. I know this from recent personal experience. Every time that I do some magical action that is not in alignment with my own conscience, I pay for it. I pay for it some way or another. Some shit comes and bites me in the fucking ass. And I'm kicked out of flow state. And it's so much harder to get back into the groove and to feel like myself again, because I have to go through the freaking, like, death pangs and throes of fucking trying to get myself back. Anytime that you do anything that is not in alignment and not in congruence with your own conscience, and that it causes regret, you're going to pay for it some way or another. And that can come from just not doing the things that you know that you need to be doing to move yourself forward. If you miss a workout and you feel regretful of that when you know that that's what you should be doing, you're going to be kicked out of flow state a little bit for that. You're going to have to make that time up. You're going to have to struggle a little bit to get back on your path. If you do some baneful magic for someone else or for your own self, but you actually do feel regretful of it, if it's really not in alignment with your conscience and you're regretting it, you're going to experience some karmic debt. You're going to have some blowback. You're going to have some backlash. Like, you can't lie to the universe and you can't lie to yourself. You know what your own morals and your own ethics are, and they don't have to be what everybody else's is. Just whatever it means to you. When you lie to people, when you do things, really when it boils down to, when you do things that cause you to feel regret, you're going to stack up some karmic debt. You're going to stack it up, and you're going to have to like climb your way back out of it and get back into flow state and get back into winning and get back into who you are and how you operate and the things that you like to do. Like, when you're experiencing karmic debt, you're going to struggle. Everything is going to be hard. Things are not going to be smooth for you. And you just feel like you're beating your head against the wall and you're not getting anywhere. And it's hard. It's hard to live like that. It's hard to create when you're like that. When you're not in flow state, it is hard as hell to create. And then what do you think happens then? You're kicked out of flow state, and then you realize why. And then you're going to regret that. And then you're going to put on even more karmic debt. It's just like it's a vicious cycle of not really just being in stagnation. You're backpedaling. You're backpedaling and having to, like, you're getting kicked down the mountain and you have to climb back up just to get back to where you were so that you can carry on. Good morning, Moonton. Good morning, Kristen B. What's up, Bale Gojo? And I know, like, a lot of people, especially in the black magic community, are like, I can do anything that I want to do. Nothing is going to freaking affect me. Like, I am above any kind of universal law or anything because I create it all. Maybe that is true to some effect, but just remember that, like, we are all connected. And when you do things that you just really don't feel right about, it's going to affect you. So you have to really think about that. You know, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth me casting a spell to hurt someone? Is it worth me trying to manipulate this person in a way that I really don't feel fucking right about? Yeah, I mean, and if you're doing manful magic to protect yourself, if you're doing anything out of self-preservation to survive, it's different, I believe, than just wanting to be a fucking asshole. And you can create karmic debt from just being a fucking prick to people or inflicting violence on somebody else. You know, I mean, every time you do that, don't tell me that you don't feel bad about it later, that you don't feel regretful about it later. Like, most people do. There's people out there that can do something with a clean conscience. They can do some bad things with a clean conscience. But I think it's rare. I think most people do regret it some way or another. I mean, they may not admit it to you, but they can't lie to themselves and they can't lie to the universe. Like, every time you freaking lie to someone, there's spiritual paperwork that's created. There's a docket that's created. And that's going to go right here and get stacked up. And that's going to go right here and get stacked up. And that's going to go right here and get stacked up. People know when you're lying to them. You're connected to them. Why do you want to jeopardize your own happiness, your own self-preservation, get kicked out of your own flow state just for not owning up to your own actions? Like, if you're willing to do it, then you've got to willing to be honest about it as well. Own up to it. Like that's the only way that you're going to like be free of it, or else you're going to drag it around like a weight. And then you're just going to keep adding and adding and adding and adding to that shit that you're going to have to try to carry around and pull around in this freaking life. And it's going to affect your magic. It's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect everything. So I think the main thing is like being in alignment, being in congruence with your own consciousness, or your own conscience, rather. Like, do you do things every day that you feel good about? Do you do things every day that cause you regret in some way or another? Like, take stock of these things and write them down. You could be doing things that you're not even aware of, and if it's something that you can't commit to doing right now, then don't keep trying to do it and keep like making yourself feel like shit and regret it every day because you're not living up to your potential. Take it slow, take it one step at a time, build on those things, because that's going to freaking cause karmic debt too. Just like not living in alignment with your highest potential. Like if these are things that you know that you need to do, what you're destined for, what you need to do to achieve greatness, but you're refusing to do those things, or you're being lazy, or you're just not able to do it because of life circumstances, like whatever the case may be. Hey, what's up, Dice Controller? What's up, Blue Rain Walker? Yeah, that's good, Dice. You don't do things that you feel are wrong, and that's important. That is really, really freaking important, because a lot of people don't worry about that shit. I mean, and I've been there too. I mean, I've done things that like I'm not proud of, and things that like I freaking regret, or things that are wrong, but I would still do it because it's like, oh, you know, nobody's gonna know, nobody has to find out. The universe knows, and most importantly, and you're not going to be able to hide from it. You're going to carry it, and in a lot of cases you're going to wear it around like a freaking badge, and people that are highly psychic are going to be able to see right through it. It's going to stick out like a scarlet freaking letter on your spiritual being, and it's going to like keep you from prospering. Don't be that person. Don't be that person that is like parading around like you're squeaky clean when you're not. And that's when you need to start living differently. Start doing things that you don't regret. Start doing things that make you proud of yourself, and that allow you to be like that good role model for other people. And not just saying these things, but living it through your own actions. And that's like the most important thing. Yeah, that's awesome. What's up, Sergio Batista? You don't buy the karmic debt bullshit? Oh, that's cool. I mean, and maybe it doesn't apply, to you and your own paradigm, but I find that in my own case, it's definitely a thing, and it keeps me in check. It keeps me in flow state. Um, it's a little guardrail that I think that helps to keep me in alignment with my own conscience. I don't like doing things that I regret. I don't like doing things that make me feel like shit, because it does hinder my progress. And bad things do tend to happen as well. So there's a correlation somewhere. There's some kind of universal law and correlation somewhere. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something. There's something to it. I mean, I kind of feel like It's not necessarily just because you do something bad that something bad is going to happen to you. It's that when you do something bad and you feel regretful about it, you're going to have to make up for that some kind of way by life getting difficult a little bit to kind of help put you in check a little bit and realize like maybe you're not functioning in a way that's actually in congruence with your own consciousness and of your highest and best good for your own success. What's up, Astra? I'm good, thank you. Hope you're good too. That's awesome, Tilo Vila. Tilo says, I find to break my cycle of karmic debt, I got to approach my actions with honesty, love, and empathy. And that's it. You know, that's it. I mean, and like that is what it's all about. I mean, because you know, like, especially like if you hurt people that you love, if you lie to people you love, like, you know that they see through that shit. You know they do. And it hurts them and it hurts you. And you're going to carry that around. You're going to have to carry that around for a little while. Even if you're like, your head is so far up in the clouds that like you think you're so far above it that it's not phasing you or not affecting you, I bet you it is. I bet you money that it is. I mean, as someone that does a lot of magic and has done a lot of magic for other people, and have I done things that were not in alignment with my own morals and ethics that I really didn't feel right about and that I did regret a little bit, every single time I paid a price for it, every fucking time. And so that's why now it's like, I just refuse to do it. I'm not going to do it. There were some things that I didn't quite feel right about that I did have to kind of reevaluate and revisit and see that I was kind of getting hung up on some like stupid bullshit that was really not a big deal for me personally. And then it was okay. It made it okay because I didn't feel bad about it anymore. And it didn't cause regret. And I think that's like the main thing. Like, if you're not going to regret it and not truly regret it, then it's in congruence with your own conscience and you're going to be okay. But only you know what that is for you personally. We're all different, yet we are all very much the same and we are all connected, but we are unique. Hey, Aradia Calendry. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great today. Thank you. Felt good to get up early. I'm going to get a lot done today. I've really been just trying to do my best to really be totally transparent, brutally honest with myself and with everybody else in my life. And I can tell you, like, I feel different from it. I feel like I'm getting back into my flow state because I'm not living in a way where I'm causing other people pain through my actions that I regret. Oh, thank you, Dice. Jennifer says she does a lot of restorative self-care magic for herself, and that's fucking good. I need to do more of that for myself too. And T.O. Avila says a grounding every day goes a long way. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Philip. Looking and sounding a lot better today. Thank you. Yeah. And I think that's, it's really important that you don't lose sight of what you need to do to take care of your own self. Because we all get caught up in things and we all can get lost and put our attention and focus on everything else in the world except for ourselves sometimes. And we have to fix ourselves first before we can do anything else. And I'm just excited because I know that you haven't seen anything yet. Like, my fullest potential has not yet been realized. And I'm sure everybody out there, your fullest potential has not yet been realized. And it all starts within. Like, you've got everything that you need right there inside of you. Take care of yourself, nurture yourself, live in alignment and congruence with your own conscience. Don't do things that cause you to feel regret. Get in that flow state and like take fucking flight. And like, what kind of person could you be for other people? Like, how much would your relationships benefit from that? Like, how you can enrich other people's lives because you've enriched your life and taken care of yourself and done what you needed to do for you. Because you got to do that first. You got to do you first. It all starts right there, and then you can work your way out. What's up, Delphine? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Like, I know like a lot of my videos are not really like, this is how you do this and this is how you do that. Like, my channel is more of like, this is a train wreck of emotional freaking roller coaster of a magical practitioner or something along those lines. I don't even freaking know what you would call it, but I guess that's my freaking groove or whatever. Oh, what's up? Yours faithfully, amen. Hey. And Dice can, all right, Astra says, Azazel told you that I need to rest and allow my path workings to catch up to the physical body because I did so many in a short time. So for the time being, I've stopped creating and results will come. Yeah, that's a good, really good point. Like, it is really, really easy to just get so carried away, get so into it, and really immerse yourself and do so much magic that you really have to kind of like allow everything to kind of catch up to where you're at and allow everything to kind of come to an even keel again to where you can pick back up and continue. And that's, it's important to know when to be able to do that. And I would say that in those instances in my life, that's when I have to like just stop and really focus on the self-care and focus on the grounding. Have gratitude for what you have created already and appreciate it and like recognize it and see it. Because you can be like creating so much that like you don't even see what you created. You don't even appreciate what you created. You just want more. You just want to push it further. You just want to do this. You just want to do that. And it's like you're in warp speed. And it's all like none of it's even really valuable to you almost because you haven't taken the time to like stop and smell the roses. Oh, hey, what's up, David? Thank you, man. Holy shit. I just want to show my support. Your last from a couple of days ago, despite being somewhat crudely printed, did have some gold in it. Quite the motivational video in some ways. Thank you, David. Yeah, I'm glad that you got to see it. I had to take it down because I just was, man, I was way too much of a fucking psycho. I'm sorry about that, y'all. That definitely wasn't me at my best, but I'm going to give it to you all, the good, bad, and the ugly. So, you know, that's part of me being totally transparent and honest with you all, is that maybe you are going to see me at some of the times where I'm not my best. All right, let me get back up here to this comments. I will, hey, Deja Guerreri, Guerrero, I will definitely check out your comments on the last video. And I appreciate them. Like, I really do. I will check it out for sure. What's up, Wild Style? Hey, thank you. I mean, I'm not, she says, I hope that I'm feeling better now. I mean, I'm feeling better. I mean, I'm not, I'm not better. I'm far from better. I'm fucking like, I don't even know what you would call it, but I'm okay. Like my heart is bleeding profusely, but I refuse to let it dictate how I'm going to feel and how I'm going to function. I'm going to push through it. I'm going to push through it. I have to. I'm going to push through it. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. But yeah, I am. So Dice Controller says, my brother, your bipolar brother, tried to have me killed for having the police take him away for attacking my mother's 81-year-old boyfriend because he asked him to turn down his music. Oh, fuck. Well, I mean, you did what you had to do. And yeah, dealing with bipolar is really, really difficult. But I take it that maybe he won't take his meds consistently, probably. And so he's very unpredictable, and you never know from one moment to the next, and that kind of thing. I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of love and a lot of understanding, and just know that that's not how he wants to be. Who would ever want to act like that, and who would ever want to be like that? He's having a hard time, and just love him the best that you can. And if he truly needs medication, find a way to make sure that he freaking takes it, because it's something I'm sure that he doesn't want to do. It probably makes him feel a little weird and a little off, and like being in those manic states, it's probably something that he kind of enjoys. But then when the psychosis comes and he acts like that, I'm sure that it's terrible. Caroline, yeah, I'm feeling better, thank you. And Deja, yes, I will make sure that I read your comments from the video yesterday. As soon as this live stream is over, I will read it. I promise I will. Or actually, I will do it now. How about that? Do it right now. Let's see what we got. Got a lot of comments yesterday. And thank you for everybody that commented, and thank you for everybody that was there, everybody that watched later. And it really does mean a lot to me. I'm looking for it. Where is it? I cannot find it. I will read it. I promise you, I will read it, and I'll respond to it. Okay. I can't find it right now. I don't see it here, and it'll take me forever. It's all good, Wild Style. Well, Azazel possessed your boyfriend while you were on the phone. Oh, shit. Hearts to you too, Bail Gojo. Yeah, I'm on the way, Delphini. Yeah. Okay, I'll find him. Hold on, Deja. Oh, Dice Controller, thank you. Yeah, man. Hey, dude, I'm not I'm not I'm gonna own up to everything that I do that's not right and just. And I'm not perfect. I give in to a lot of things. I mean, I'm a weak person sometimes, and I let things like take control, but I'm not gonna do that fucking shit anymore. Like, I'm gonna try my best to. I mean, I guess I can't promise anything right now. All I can do is try to like do the best that I can do every day and just work through it. Um, okay, I'm looking. Okay, Deja. It says enjoy each day one day at a time and each moment one moment at a time. And that's freaking beautiful and that's important. It's so important. Really like practicing like being present, mindfulness, and not just letting all of this beauty and all of these like special moments pass you by because your mind is somewhere else. And I think that is it's and it's because then you're going to have gratitude for the things in your life, and like having gratitude goes such a long way, like appreciating what you do have, appreciating the good things, appreciating like even the smallest of things. Like some of those smallest things are like some of the freaking that's like the real gold. And she also said, love yourself and allow this love to overcome your anger. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm trying, don't feel angry, feel good for all that you achieve every single day. Your last video was a great video. The emotion and feeling you put in it made it very motivational. Helped me to not care what others think. Thank you. You're welcome. And thank you. And then also I felt a lot more confidence after watching your last video. Thank you. You accomplished a lot and you did it all yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then love for thyself conquers all. Love shall overcome the anger. Smile, be happy. The anger will fade away. And thank you. Like I really appreciate it, guys, and everybody. All of you. I really freaking do. And Sergius, my heart is also bleeding, and it's since the 90s. This world gave you many traumas. I'm sorry. I know. This world is a really difficult place. It's so full of so much beauty and splendor, but it's so full of darkness and hatred and emptiness too. Like this world is definitely such a paradox. It's freaking insane. Like, and it's just like everything is. When you really break it down, it's like none of it makes sense at all. None of it makes like any logical sense at all. But yet, if you look at it from like a spiritual perspective, then it's like, oh, well, absolutely, it makes sense. It's still hard to deal with. And I guess because it's that way, we have to know that like we're here to truly grow and learn, because it's going to be hard, because it's not always going to be blue skies and sunshine. that there's going to be storms and there's going to be chaos and there's going to be all of these things that are going to rock the boat, because that's how it has to be. That's the only way. That's the only way to give us something to push back against, to give us things to overcome. I mean, we're going to have our moments where it's a cakewalk, but most of it's going to be a little difficult and rather painful. And for most of us, we haven't seen anything yet. Both the best and the worst are yet to come. But we just have to have gratitude for all of it. Even the painful times, even the hard times, like, have a gratitude for it. Because there's a silver lining in there somewhere. May not see it yet, but it's there just the same. Oh, yeah. I used to be, South says used to be on bipolar or on medication for bipolar. And you're right. We enjoy being bipolar. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm bipolar or not. Maybe I am. I was diagnosed years ago, but I think mine was more spiritual in origin, and also probably like drug induced and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, when you're going through those manic phases, it does feel good. You do feel insanely creative. You do have a lot of energy, all of these things, but then it gets to the point to where it goes into psychosis, and then you're unstable. And then that's not good. And then Dice Controller said, yeah, you won't take the meds. Shimiyazu took care of it, though. Hell yeah, it was brutal. Nice. My energy seems more balanced. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Astra. Yeah, I'm feeling better, you know. I mean, better than I was. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be okay. I don't know if I'll ever really feel or get over it, but hey Jay, hey, I was saying hey Jeremy, and I was like, hey JD, hey Jeremy, what's up, man? No, well, good, Dice Controller, good. Thank you. I'm glad I didn't upset you. I didn't want to upset you. And Deja, thank you for the comments. And you too, Delphini, thank you. Sela. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you too. I really do. Thank you for appreciating me. Oh, no, thank you, Philip. Yeah. Please don't take this as an attack, but you sound calmer and less angry when you don't cuss a lot. No, you're right. And you know, for a long time I had cleaned up that, and I was really trying my best to like bring my awareness to not cussing. And because also too, like, the videos get demonetized when you cuss a lot. And not that that really matters to me, but you know, like when I was on Orlee's channel, I had to be very careful because I didn't want to cuss and I didn't want to like fuck it up. I didn't want to mess it up for her. So I was like, I'm not going to cuss. So I really tried to not cuss on here. And then just here recently, I've just said F it and was cussing a lot. And I know that's not very attractive, and it detracts from the message that I want to convey. So thank you for bringing that to my attention, and don't ever be afraid to speak your mind. That goes for everybody in here. You can always speak your mind. You can always say how you feel. This is a safe place to do that. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to get upset. I welcome it. Like I absolutely welcome it. So heck yeah. So Astra, uh, yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, that's right. That's stoic shit. Love it. Hey, what's up, Paul? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, boxing would be good. And what, maybe you want to take drugs? Um, Trying to numb myself from all of my life's pain. Not wanting to have to deal with my life's issues. Um, Wanting to stay in that perpetual numbness of just existing and lying to myself that that was good for me and made me feel good. And it made me feel good. It just made me not feel the pain. You know, and I think especially like people that are spiritual, people that are highly empathic, it's very easy to get lost in drugs because you do feel the pain of the whole freaking world so intently that sometimes if you're misdirected, you're going to seek comfort in all the wrong ways, like especially when it comes to drugs like that. Anything that you can do, you know. I mean, I did drugs for a long time in my life. Um, you know, it's just been in the last 8 months to a year that like I've really been on a path of sobriety. And I'm not saying that I haven't had my hiccups. I mean, I got drunk the other night. You know, I've done a little bit of drugs here and there, like little like, you know, one evening here, one evening there, but it's been a long time. And so now it's like for the first time in my life, I'm having to like deal with feeling my emotions and sorting through them, processing it, you know, coming to terms with this, that, and the other. And it's hard, you know, it's really, really difficult because when you just stuff it all down for freaking 15 or 20 years and you don't deal with any of it, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be right there waiting for you. You're going to have to deal with it. And so now I'm dealing with it. But I'm dealing with it in a better way. And I'm not, I don't consider ayahuasca a drug. I definitely consider that a plant medicine. And that's been a huge part of what helped me. You know, that and Orly helped me so freaking much. So much. I owe so much to her. Hey, Tila Vila, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. It said it takes real strength for us to admit we are weak and even more to reach out for help and even more to accept it and still to forgive those who hurt us, especially yourself. Yeah. Yep. That's right. And thank you, Jeremy. And more fatigue, the love of fate, as spoken by Friedrich Nietzsche, loving everything that life brings you, whether it's pleasant or painful. Yeah, exactly. And that's what we have to do. I mean, we're going to grow from everything that happens one way or the other, especially if we can like see it for what it is and not just focus on the negative or the seemingly negative aspects of it. You know, feeling that pain sometimes is like sweet ecstasy. If you can tap into it in that manner and just sit in it and just feel it and just let it break you down a little bit, help it to like cleanse you out so that you can then begin that restorative process of like rebuilding yourself. I kind of feel like that's where I'm at. So you don't think I'm bipolar, Sergio? Yeah. Yeah. Anger and rage when necessary. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess, it's just like my anger and rage was coming out when it wasn't necessary, um, nor appropriate in most cases. And that was the problem. Um, that was the problem. So Delphini says you were misdiagnosed. Those meds were shit. And yeah, the first manic phase was a Kundalini awakening. Most shrinks aren't open to that stuff. Yeah, yep, exactly. Exactly. I think like I was just talking to Jennifer about this, last night. Like freaking, I think a lot of quote unquote mental illness diagnoses are, especially nowadays with everybody having these massive spiritual awakenings. And I think maybe in my case too, like that was what my diagnosis was, misdiagnosed, because I was having a major spiritual awakening. And when that's occurring, your whole perspective on everything and your ability to have that heightened awareness and to experience things that other people are not experiencing, and, seeing things, feeling things, crazy synchronicities and things that happen, that are really, really hard to handle because they're out of the ordinary, can certainly come across and make someone act in such a way that is similar to a mental illness. And I'm bound and determined to tackle all of my problems and all my issues without having to go back to taking any kind of pharmaceutical medications. I haven't in a long time. It's been years. Now, yeah, I have this anger problem, but I'm going to get through this anger problem. I don't feel like I need to be stabilized in any kind of way. I don't need a mood stabilizer. I don't need an antipsychotic. I think that I can manage without antidepressants, like just taking good care of myself and exercising too. Like exercise is freaking key. If I quit doing that, everything goes downhill. Like I have to do that. Like I have to. And that's one thing too that really affects me, like as well. If I get out of that, and I've done that plenty of times, you miss a workout, and then before you know it, you've missed 2 months of workouts, and then I'm all out of sorts. Like it's part of my regimen of meds, if you will. So yours faithfully, amen, says that you don't know my past. Well, I mean, my past was full of, I've experienced, sexual abuse as a child, and basically raised myself since I was 8 years old. I had to become a man very, very quickly. And lots of other traumas. I've had probably 10 near-death experiences, if not more. I've seen people die. I've seen people die brutally. I mean, lots of things. I mean, we all have been through shit, I mean, that's part of life. But I think that was just a big reason why I just got so attracted to wanting to just numb everything out and not deal with it or think about it. And that was a way to do it, Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Healing does take time. It is a process. And yeah, Paul said your strength comes from within. Got to find what causes the anger. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And then that's what I'm going to do through my ayahuasca ceremonies and through therapy, I've got to start doing like weekly therapy. I gotta figure this out, because this can't continue. Like, I'm not going to lose anything else in my life to this. I've already lost the most important thing in my life. Fuck. I'm not going to do that again. Hey, Jim. Hey. Yeah, nothing wrong with being angry. Just don't hurt anyone. And that's the thing, you know. I mean, like, I've come so close, and like I'll break shit, but I know like the emotional trauma that you can put on other people through your anger is just as bad or worse than violence, or actually like physically hurting them. It's probably even worse. And in those moments, in the throes of that anger, you just don't think about that. You don't think about anything, because it's like you don't even know what you're doing. You're just reacting. You're just reacting, and you're taking a back seat to the anger, like, absolutely, and allowing it to like emanate from within you and basically use you as a pawn. And that's what I was doing, man. Like, fuck. And that's true. Trauma's not linear. Time is irrelevant. And yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, Tila Vila. Thank you. I love you too. I hope so. I hope that things can be fixed, but who knows? But thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Dice Controller says, you don't know it, but you and Baruch saved me when I was alone, haunted by a ghost every day. Thank you, JD. Hell yeah, Dice Controller. Dice Controller 187. You know I love ya. Love you. Yeah, Caroline. Yeah, I'm going to take control and get a plan. And that's the only way. I really have to. I have to take accountability, and I have to make a plan, and I got to like stick to that course of action, because so many times I would do that. I would have the right intentions and say I'm going to do it. And then things would just get better for a little while, and I wasn't really doing the things I needed to do to get better. I was just like a half-hearted effort, I guess, because it's so hard, you know. I mean, like, going to therapy is not fun. Having to deal with that is not a pleasant thing. It's not something that it's like, oh yeah, let's go do it. And it's like, I know that I need to do it, but I don't want to do it. But I need to have to want to do it, you know, like, but I mean, I'm going to freaking do it regardless. Like, it's got to happen. I already found a therapist, so I'm going to do it. And then I'm also setting my sights or my attention on magic to help me with this too, of course. And I'm going to have that laid out and figured out by the end of the week. Astra, you're going to be path working with ayahuasca after this long period of rest. I'll tell you what, it will be amazing. It will, it'll change your life. I mean, especially if you can integrate the experience into your daily life afterwards in the appropriate way, then you can really reap the long-term benefits. I mean, ayahuasca is what got me off of hardcore drugs, you know, for like period forever. Like, I'm not going back. And I would say that I would still be trying and miserably failing, most likely, if it weren't for that. Hey, what's up, Al? Gonna be black? Hey. Yeah, being part of a family generational curse is one of the worst things ever. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Like I do think that that is relevant because I know that we do carry within our blood and within our DNA information and trauma and energy from our ancestors for sure. Um, water carries memory and it has memory of everything. And I believe that our blood and our DNA does too. So generational curses, generational trauma, all of that stuff is applicable. Yeah, I want to find the right therapist. You're right. I had the one before, but she wasn't the right one. Delphine, going to the dentist is no fun. But the longer you put it off, the more painful and expensive it is. Yeah, you're right. Um, no, okay. I will definitely look into Aphrodite. I've never worked with her before, so cool. Oh, thanks, Jesse. Yeah, gold is purified in fire. As much as it hurts, you're being refined. Yeah, that's the way I got to look at it, right? Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, once you realize, yeah, Delphine, once you realize an addiction is in the way of your sin, it's much easier to put it down. Yeah, true. Universal being, hey. Oh, yeah, ha ha ha. That's a synchronicity right there, man. I've been listening to Eckhart Tolle like recently. Like he did his first live stream on YouTube ever. Was it like last week? I watched that. Um, and it's, yeah, absolutely. Like he reminds me of like a wise like tortoise or something, like that tortoise from uh, Kung Fu Panda or something. I really dig him though. I really do. It's a little hard to get used to listening to him just because he does speak so slowly and takes so many breaks in between his thoughts. But I think it's important because it has more. Uh, I don't know. It puts more emphasis on what he is trying to convey. So, but I love the guy. Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely. Yes, but good. Break that generational curse. Yes, yes. Hey, what's up, custom made incense? Good morning to you too. I'll check out Don Miguel Ruiz. Ruiz. Okay, I will. Uh, thank you, Lucretia. Thank you. I wish you the best on your journey too. It is hard. Yeah, yeah, that book was The Power of Now. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, okay, Astra. Okay, yeah, I definitely will. I'm definitely going to check her out for sure. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, because like I've never worked with any of the other aspects, Hathor, Isis, Sekhmet, and Freya. I've never worked with any of them either. I believe that Jesus was a black magician too. I do believe that. Right on there. I believe Jesus was probably um, an emanation of Lucifer. I do believe he was a black magician. Absolutely. I do believe he was a real person and that he was a black magician, not the son of God, but as he's been portrayed. But yeah, still a ascended master, a freaking important individual. I've never hated on him ever. Ah, okay. Okay. I was gonna say if it was like a shamanic Toltec thing, it was like some Don Juan shit. So like, yeah, okay. Jerry Curses watches videos at 1.25x speed. Yeah, right. I'll have to try that. I never thought of that. That's funny. The 4 agreements change your life early in your journey. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, and everybody is here so nice and supportive. I love you guys, like all of you. Like all of y'all are awesome. Um, and all of you people. When I say guys, I'm not trying to be like a gender thing. I'm just saying, hey, you guys, like, you know what I mean. I don't want to offend anyone. I try not to. It's hard to remember all of that and to not like be disrespectful, unpurposefully. I definitely never want to do that. But yeah, I love you guys. I'm going to go to the gym. I got to eat something first, but I just wanted to jump on and talk about this. So yeah, I love Kentucky Fried Chicken too. And I love you all, and everybody is awesome, and everything is awesome, and y'all be well too. I love you. Don't forget that. I'll see you soon. Later.